almost seems to be perfect. But suddenly, unexpected events happen. And in a blink of an eye, it could destroy your whole life. Is it the choices you make that determine these events? Or is your life already written by fate? Is it your choices that change everything? Or is it fate that decides? Once there were two men who just wanted to have a powerful and peaceful country. They thought that by building a very powerful weapon, they would be feared by other nations. And that fear would be the root of their power. But they didn't expect things to turn upside down. It's too late now. Choices have been made, and fate was finally decided. I think you know what I'm doing. Is it ready? No. Perhaps you're more days. You're more days before the vaccine surgery. It's been a serious doctor for you. I just hope it works. Don't worry. It will work. The vaccine body monitor machine. By the way, how's your machine? It's finished. You don't have to worry about that. The machine is already finished. But without your chemicals, it will be worthless.
Ah, my friend. Some things are just worth doing. Just be patient. It's without the doing one. By the way, can I see your machine?
I'll go get it. Just finish the chemicals now.
Yes, lad, it's done.
What's the problem, Dr.
The chemicals is done.
What is done?
The chemicals, just touch it now.
Wait, Dr. Polly. I don't think this is a relation.
I have waited 10 years for this, lad. 10 years. You have waited with me. Besides, this was your idea in the first place. You said you wanted to build the best machine mankind has ever heard of. We're just one step away from that dream, right? Besides, there's a war going on. You need to be prepared.
Perhaps you are correct. I just hope this machine will be a great help in achieving peace and order in their country. I want to build a nation that surpasses other nations. Our country will treasure this machine. This machine will be our power, Dr. Polly.
That's the I said no. Let's start now.
Yes, Dr. Polly. It's working. It's working.
It's working.
We did it, my
Yes.
friend. We did it. It's working. That's happening. Come in. Sir, the President wants to talk to you regarding the widespread disease happening in our country.
Good morning, Madam President. This is the General speaking. What can I do for you?
There's nothing good in my morning unless you report to me what you have accomplished about this situation. You're the most notable and the wisest person I know, and I trust that you can do better than this. But it's almost been 15 years since the epidemic started, and you have been in the seat for 10 years. But still, you have accomplished nothing. For God's sake.
Forgive me, Madam.
There's nothing good in my morning unless...
Forgive me, Madam President, but I am trying my best to find the cause of this outbreak. Just give me a little more time. This is the hardest case I have ever handled.
Be certain of that, or else I will find another person in this case.
What should I train on?
Yes, sir.
I need you to find her.
Teresita? The greatest and wisest investigator in the world, sir. There are rumors that even powerful countries like Russia can even fight and contact her.
Sir, she is very difficult to find.
I don't care. We need her. Admittedly, I can't do this alone. We need her knowledge about this. Do whatever you can to use your influence to get contact with her.
As soon as possible, sir.
God. I never thought this day would come. Oh, God. Who, the selfish human being, was the cause of all of this? Or is it you, Lord? Is this the end? Is this the end?
Lieutenant Crayon searched every part of the country by using the influence of the army, but, as he expected, he did not find Teresita. After 2 weeks, he received a call from Teresita. She told Crayon that she would cooperate and help him, so they set up a date to discuss the problem.
Good morning, Agent Teresita.
Where's the respectable actress? Oh, there you are.
I'm honored to meet the great investigator further. I'm glad that you will help us.
Well, I'm also honored to meet the most famous member. So, shall we start now?
Oh, yes, of course.
Teresita started an investigation. She admitted that it was difficult and frustrating because first, there was no trace of the epidemic. This disease was not yet encountered in the history of mankind. She also had no leads because there was no trace of the epidemic to escape from. Until one day, while she was wandering in the camp, then, while walking down on the way to his room, she passed by the General Auditor's office. She discovered that its door was unlocked, so she went inside. She did not find anything interesting and anything that ended the case until she saw a door. A door that looks identical to the wall. She picked up it and discovered a stairway downward. She went down in a dusty and dirty room filled with spiders and birds. Then she saw something. A machine.
What's this? Machine? No. Must be a weapon. A weapon for what?
The following day, she went to General Auditor's office again, who was busy with paperwork to consult him about the secret door.
What are they?
It's the report from the president. How many people already fell into the disease?
Now how many?
Half the population of America.
We have no time. This is spreading faster. But may I just ask, what is that door for?
What? I've never noticed that before. Let's take a look. I don't know, but something reminds me of this machine.
And suddenly, all his memories came back once more. The wonderful moments, the laughter, and then the accident, the smoke, the horrifying smell, the coughing, the pain, the blood, his face.
General, are you okay?
Yes, I'm sorry. It's just that machine reminds me of my father, Dr. Paulus. See, when I was young, my father told me that I got curious and went to the secret room. And I saw the machine